if you're wondering how to improve your running with 5 tips that don't actually include real set running workouts or actual running, listen up. Maybe you'll take 1 or 2 of these tips, apply it to yourself, and it'll help you with your running a little bit. We'll get into it in a few. Good morning. It is May 21st, Saturday morning. Weather is calling for like close to 90 today. So we're out here a little early, getting it done. A little different than the usual summer run. Back in the trail today. We're gonna meet up with Long Island Trail Running Club for their Saturday group runs. Today it's at Blydenburg Park. And my things have turned quite green in the trail here. Just about a 5+ and change loop. So I'm here about an hour early to get the first loop done. Then we'll meet up with the group for that second loop. Today though, we're going to talk about 5 things that help me improve my running, which isn't exactly involving training as far as workouts, actual running. Just 5 tips that I think really over the past few years took my running, which got me started in all these multi-sports, and how it these couple tips I feel really helped me improve, you know, just my ability to run. So we'll get into it in a little bit. We're gonna get warmed up here, and then we'll get into it with tip number 1. All right, number 1 for today is going to be discipline and consistency. So what does that mean for today's tips? Well, whether it's a couch to 5K plan, marathon plan, ultra plan, whatever it is, or just training, you know, running to be healthy. Come up with a plan, write it out, put it on the calendar, what you have to do when, what type of run you're doing, and stick to it. Now I know that sounds really easy, but I really mean stick to it. Even though life gets in the way, you know, some people, your runs are a half hour long, and that's awesome. But stick to it. In the grand scheme of things, half hour is not a lot of time in the day. I could probably find a half hour of crap that I'm doing in the middle of the day or in the evening. So first things first, when you got something to do that day, you got a run to do, do it. Plan your day around it. Make it work. It's not selfish to do something for yourself every day. And let me tell you, when you're done with that run, you'll feel a lot better. and your family will thank you too. But if you start missing your runs and a little muddy. I've been blessed with being able to, you know, get out there and get my runs in. I mean, in the last few years, I've probably count on one hand a run that was on the schedule that I missed, and it was probably for good reason. So again, consistency and discipline, get it done. Tip number 2 for today: find some accountability partners. As you've seen in some past videos, I have a pretty steady running partner. We run at least 2 to 3 times a week. So if you can, rope somebody into it with you. If somebody's waiting for you 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning for you to show up to go for that run, you'll undoubtedly be more apt to get out there and make it happen at that time. We do a lot of early morning runs. It just works for our schedules. But I can tell you this: if I knew that person wasn't waking up at the same time, putting the rest of their life on hold to get that run done, then I probably would have missed a few. Find that person who's willing to grit it out, tough it out with you. Maybe sign up for a race together. You know, makes it a lot easier. With the same runs, the same distances. I mean, today I'm out here meeting up with a trail running group because I got 10 miles to do. I really wanted to stay in bed, I won't lie. A little tired from the week of training, but and life in general. But if I can get out here, check in the views, get my first 5 miles done, hopefully it'll be a nice group that shows up around 8, and we'll all get that second loop done together. And it just goes by so much quicker. So for all my accountability buddies along the way so far, much appreciated. Sincerely. Even though we may not run a lot together right now, we'll fall back in for sure. Our training will line up again soon and we'll be out there putting some miles down. Morning. So find that crazy friend, have them grit it out, tough it out with you. Number 3, this one pains me to say, but now that I implement it, it's actually less painful, literally. I would think a very important thing, no matter what your running goals are, whether it's general fitness or racing, some sort of structured strength training to coincide and work concurrently with your run program. Even if you're doing that couch to 5K program. I thought I didn't have time for this. I just wanted to run. I only cared about the mileage when I first started. You only get away with that so long before your body supersedes that muscular strength and endurance with cardio endurance. And then what happens there, you start moving your body quicker, faster, because your heart can handle it, but your body can't. Which then coincidentally leads to some overuse injuries, maybe strains, tears, whatever it is. That's why we're out here. That's beautiful. So for myself, this is actually a new part of the trail. I haven't run on the blue here. A little more technical. Excuse me if I get out of breath. But strength training, which, so when you get instances like this, some not so pleasant terrain, your body can handle it. Your strength training should work in a nice, sweet rhythm with your running endurance. This will prevent those little niggles you get, little things that pain you, or not pain, but just discomfort that you just brush off, but compounded over time lead to trouble. Trust me, I know. Thankfully mine never got so bad where I had to get sidelined. Like T-band syndrome, plantar fasciitis. Trying to find the cause, the root cause of all these was what I learned was lack of strength and activation in the posterior chain, glutes, hamstrings. I was becoming very quad dominant. So what fixed that? Talking to a doctor, chiropractor, some professionals, put me on the right path. And now I've used that to develop my own strength training plan, which took me from not having done that stuff in a long time to, again, starting baby steps. Body weight stuff, slowly working into some bands, then into some weights, then getting some heavier weights involved. And not only did it make me a stronger runner, it's actually improved my times a little bit, able to push a little harder without getting as fatigued. If you're stuck with that, you're not sure where to start, let me know, reach out. I have some beginner stuff, some monthly challenges that I started last year. Now I'm just maintaining through my training plan. About 3 training sessions a week, but they're not long. You don't have to beat it up. They're like 20-25 minutes. You can fit them in with the rest of your training. So super important. Keep your body strong, especially if you want to be moving your body through space like this for a long period of time. This is a pretty cool feature to run on right here. A+. So number 4, which is funny, because after I did number 3, I was like, I wonder if this should be part of number 3. Then I remembered it had its own category because I felt it was that important to me. 4, kind of going hand in hand with strength. And this is something you can do throughout the day, the week, to support your running. That doesn't entail more miles. Eat and recover. This is a tough one for people that are really trying to lose weight with running, because you want to be in that calorie deficit. If you've maintained a weight, you're not running for a little more than recreation, trying to get into more of that performance, getting better times, eating and recovery. You have to eat. I actually was curious recently how much I was taking in, so I jumped on my MyFitnessPal. It's a great app, helped me lose my weight originally, 30+ pounds since I started all this. So let me see what I'm actually eating during the day. Eat healthy for 2 weeks. You limit the junk food. See what I'm taking in. It also gives you your estimated amount of calories burned based on your activity. So I found out, I mean, the cleaner you eat, the harder it is to get the mass amount of calories in. I really had to start making sure that I was actually eating enough to support my running. You just don't want to beat your body up and be in a calorie deficit all the time. There's a place for it. Definitely lose weight, but maybe in that process, you just worry about weight loss first before performance. And once you get more towards that goal weight, you can maintain, start to better your times and stuff. Get that better performance aspect out of being lighter. Morning. So it's good. Maybe track your calories for like 2 weeks. See what you're actually taking in. See if it's what you thought. Maybe it's less, maybe it's more. But make sure you're fueling your outputs. And sleep, recovery. I know. Trust me, I know. Family, kids, life, work, all that. Fitness in. But it really just depends what this means to you. If you're a social runner, you know, you have a little more leniency. If you're trying to better yourself, your times, your efficiency, you have to make some sacrifices. Maybe bed a little earlier, put some more recovery protocols into place, like stretching, which coincides with the strength training. Trying to get a couple sessions in a week. Again, 20 minutes or so. If you can find 20 wasted minutes a day to add those things in. I was really sore yesterday after my bike ride and a lot of outdoor housework. But before bed, I made it a point, dedicate 20 minutes, full body stretch. Felt a lot better this morning. And another last part of this, today it's gonna get hot. I'm starting to sweat already, but you know, close to 90 they say. It's like a 20-degree jump this whole weekend. Hydrate, fuel. Don't fall behind. Carry that bottle around, be that person. Just hydrate, get it in. So eat, rest, recover. Really pay a little extra attention to it. And really take it to the level that is gonna help you meet your needs. Whether that's that recreational runner or that person that's trying to, you know, get a little bit better out there. All right, last for the day. I would say is mental conditioning. Now, not saying you have to get all David Goggins mentality. That has a time and place, but gotta balance all the stresses. It's tough to do, balance all your life stress, but work on that separately. Your work life stress, minimize that, work on that. That'll help you balance your activity stress, which is what I'm doing to my body right now, by stepping into that run in a good mood, not sweating the small stuff. If you come into a run carrying all that stress of life and then put the training stress on top of that, this would be a recipe for disaster. So try and stay positive, run with people that make you happy. You know, you might help their day. Your positivity may help them turn their morning around. It's contagious. So is bad energy though. So try and stay away from that. And don't limit yourself. I found that out recently at the last half marathon I did. I wrote the last 2 times of half marathons down. So I was kind of doing a time trial that day, see where I'm at. So I had my good pace and my best pace written down for those last 2 races. During the run, I was just hovering at that best pace. I was like, oh, if I push a little harder, dig a little deeper, I might get a new best for myself. I did just come under that, which was awesome, until I crunched the numbers after and realized I wrote the wrong pace down for that last race I did, which I thought was my best. It was actually like 12-15 seconds slower a mile. So I actually pushed way beyond what my best was at the time, or a new best. But that's because in my head I already had limits for the day on what I thought would be my best. So I don't know how I can use that in the future to help me, but you know, I had more in me. So I've always set pretty conservative goals. I've enjoyed this whole process, each little step, each distance, improving a little better, going back to races I've done, training smarter, and hitting that new goal. But it just makes you wonder, how far can you really take yourself? So just try not to impose self-limits. Don't say I can't, that's too fast. You can get there, but definitely doesn't happen overnight. But if you use all 5 of these principles, discipline, consistency, accountability, finding people to run with, staying strong, recovering, and not limiting yourself, I have no doubt you'll be able to crush your goals. All right, then my last mile, I'm gonna meet up with the group, get some video of us doing our thing, mix it into the video, and I appreciate you watching. There's gonna be plenty more of these videos in the future, just things I think about as I'm running, biking, swimming, and I'll push it out there. But if you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. That lets me know you're coming back. You'll get notified of new videos, and I hope everyone's getting after it. Let me know if you can use any of these tips to help better yourself down below in the comments. That's it for today. Stay safe, stay healthy, balance that life 1 mile at a time, and I will see you on the next one.
I had you in here for one. You're gonna be in a fish pretty good. I'm great at this. Yeah. Switching. Don't worry about the monkey pox. That's nice. All right. Let me just drop this in the car. Yeah.
You get a little bit of hills, you get a little bit of, you know, there's roots, there's sand, a little bit of everything. All right.
So, I've been doing pretty good because I used to practice a lot. You know, then he always gets a hit. Alex swings too hard.
Howdy.
Hey.
Say hello. Say, who am I saying hello to?
I'm Christine.
The world.
Hello.
Introduce yourself.
Hello. I think we're going to be here a lot more often in the summer. So we'll get to know each other.
Excellent. Kenny, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
The internet will know your name later. I can imagine this gets stifling hot in the middle of the summer in this trail.
It does, but you're shaded. So it's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Good
It's a
sweat,
nice
good
trail
sweat.
to do in the rain.
Ooh,
Nobody's here.
like a rainforest. Nice. Nice job, everybody.
Hey, nice meeting you.
Nice job. All right,
K in the
thanks for
house.
setting up as usual. Nice job leading halfway.
Good job. Rachel.
Nice job, nice job. Ryan, great to see you, buddy. Rachel, always a pleasure.
Nice job.